Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Mo be dawara anibe wato to. National Bismillah na programu minga soto jang lokum ni yantemben sita jamano al badimala Mustafa jamme membe serim programu kon na yantemben bahakidano kala do man interde market amele di tanni woro nyonna bari alal demaro to muntanam prukana la lokum programu minga soto jang jamano alal demaro to muntanan jam programu nyin sambaran ko tanke yo alfa bal mi alon ko ikataram fe lokum ni yantemben sita alal demaro to ko ngetul fanang sotom fe yantemben be studio ko yantemben de fo ven kalan se tentu ngejey ngebla ene lamor la ni jibera la nyo kontrong Noboreje sinadum kokun kono inshallah dol bijang dol man na follow ngalo wolbe internet be struggle kan internet connection la karola bamba bi ibakolo ko president bamba sa follow e follow la bamba mas sebule in lamor na ni jibera la nyo konton noboreje sudum kokun kono bamba ni mbare mo kende
Mustafa assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa halul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli Mustafa follow jannimbe lamor lalu kontonna nsafo follow inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un kalakal mauta wal hayata liyabluwakum ayyukum ahsanu amala ngaman satalla tende subhanahu wa ta'ala katum bota tele wala mbe murla tele kam menketa sangoti ngame moy ay kijo fara ay mbalafa menketa sukay dahabati ngamira Gambia atoma nukun jolendi karama revolution sukay dahaba keta moti mellota banko e bake kalo mail tu bundato ka dictatorship kele kata ila banko dingoli kasola liparo sabo kamala surtay sasala o sasale manatu mbe daba kunda be kontonna sangola mbe Gambia be kontonna sangola mbe president kontonna mbe opposition leader his excellency Alhaji Ousainou Numo Kunda dabo fanan kontonna sangola baba dingul be kontonna sangola wo kola Mustafa mbe lamorlal be tentula mbe jayla wati to le kan sawarendi pour ngana jang menna ko panel sol fanan be kontonna mbafala Gambe dingole ko wati alsikari nyum kuma kawlu janjande mennu ka kacha katu atolle hakilo wartan tolti isaje lamor lalu sikari makoy kan lafaran hakilo la bayrembe bankola ko la kacha kan assalamu alaikum
en barabake bamba Sulaiman naniyo
assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh mange santa borom bi pour mu meñu fekke teyit ci wér ak wérle ñu ngay jàlle aju jiiti yàlla xare leen ajana suuf sedda seen kaw am naa mbégte pour dajeek Mustapha Dabo yàgganaa di ko gis on the social media liggéeyam investigative journalism so musuma am dajeek moom so am dajeek moom te mbégte lu rëy la ci man man ko welcome di ko siyaare di ko ne na dalak jàmm ci programme bi tey jërë ngeen jëf
jërëjëf Sulaiman budong Mustafa usually ñim programme a big audio lati, and there is a potential ko a baby play a radio station to like one of the radio station in the Gambia. And nung kala fi kibaro mi fo jang ay futa molla minni ya lonko lafta ay wala nafa wala jama kango min ka fo jang akake local language solete kango kan momo comfortable tala isa fono janne fo mandinka kan fo surwa kan fo fula kan fo jola kan lafta mun kala ko wolda minna kama pour ka mol konindi andum konindi rosa fono kango minna wolon kanti mi ya lonko nin ko wolda atoro kata wo molle kan so wala tinna me nka foning local language solela putum folo be min kala be tendulam be jeyla Mustafa Dabo nyinnon sunya folote pour ngana na jang bari biringa ko bu nya futandi la ko lafta pour ina yetaram fe janna lokun kacha min ka ke jang ya accept o kamala be tendulam be jeyla wo kan bari janni be dunna ko konon se bula ifanan ni lamorla ni jibera la nyo kontong ñoɓreje inchallah sina ɗum kukun kono Mustafa Dabo kukelen non probléme du janna kate kon dong mu Dabo lati woye kul manende bakele butum sebuleni mole ño kon do Mustafa.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, baraka baka. Of course, it's an important program. Kumara baka ka anymore. Puka nyo fahamu ndi alinka nyo kachada not so yeah and kumatala and I'm happy to be here. Baraka.
Thank you. Nay brun se fanam bismillah se buleni mole nyo kontong jabate.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum. Balbe konula Mustafa be fanam kontona barka at inata ka mul join Mbe Suleiman Kontona, Mbe Bamba Fanam Kontona, welcome back. Fapreta Mbe Sango Kontona, Gambia Bay, as being new Kuya Balisro, Mome Alonko, Anintol Bebe, no Kelo Kono, Mome Alonko, Akita Mola symbol of Kelo, Mome and the Musolako, isi low le ye system or defiant. Bi wole dal ko be sango kontona Gambia Bema wala family and in UDP party
akumara bake ndey mbe tendula mbe jeyla wokam nin kumbo nyama na kacha ko jannin be dunna kono be la fala koku jannin ka dunga kono kala fi ngalon koku jannin ba akacha lan kala fi ngalon wakati na nkala fi definition of ko kono back and on ngandum ko marufo kono na kacha ko be ngol lafta ngamin jibe the rising sexual abuse and the role of the police ya jibe wo mu kulete mi alonko no kontije abe keren and be ngamoso do jam mi alonko wole fahamo so do wofanna la bake and ngamoso do jam fana mi alonko ni nata police yato ay londo so do wofanna la bake akumata bake pour nga ñimmol be sotom feñam enen ko mbo ñama folo minalete kam Mustafa jatiel ko nga folela nge bismillah ni wola koku yandin kan wa ko niko sexual abuse ya understanding kangola niko sexual abuse monom sexual abuse di Mustafa.
Well, sexual abuse kono fanuta bakale. And I think that in society to jam that form for the level to sign among kujama lel jahasota mol bulokon kujama lel dunta mol bulokon but min kumu kaboy mo kan ida ka feala muso atara adunyoti je keleng kamuso ma nyala me alonko it's sexual in nature adunyoti je kamuso kachanyo ya kumala me alo is sexual in nature adunyoti je will be sexual abuse and ndolla jang wonata siyata for it becomes a pandemic. You know, aketa jankar kurang like it's all over the place to a point moli are normalized. Aketa mol bulu easy fenkot. So ibajela an uncle would come home and he is with sorry. An uncle would come home and I na dindingolia I pabi fenke coming I na and maybe mero ani mero la denta I dindingo taraje for musulanyinti touching the child inappropriately wato do beji abusing them because touching them in a way that may allow man ke siloti but more all do normalize or maybe for example more bina beduna society kono luntamalam abina be minti dila dindingol le ni be fera like communicate those so now in society dal come sexual violence siata la fa normalize the sign that so wala for no that
Akumada. Mandra Gejana Mustafa.
Mbangale na camera off. Bari vonyanta fintila.
Ha. Abukumara back. Ha. Thank you.
Okay, all right.
Baraka, thanks. Yes, it's a team in Nola Nyawa Nyama. Ni ataya fanam bije isa min Nola Nyawa Nyama. Ngalon nako imala fingela damoroje. Bari ni also ndamba kankulala because nde fanam bijande jama nka coffee londin dalale pour nga fango kango diandinal. So tanatige ise la tea ila coffee nila fanang ise damoro kenola Nyawa Nyama. Tanawo tanatige because this is a natural environment minni alonko molle bijang. So you respect ko a human being would drink abi domoro kela abi bindo kela so what is normal it's a natural environment it's not a problem at all so nin kumbo nyama Mustafa ya fole bari police keba bijam mi alonko police ya fam bake Mustafa la fam I fam wrote definition of the sexual abuse la womu kulete mi alonko sol na la chifana jogu Yamra fo polisol ye bulo soto nyintole pour ka foko ni moye sexual abuse ke nyin kuluro la nyantala laka Suleiman Dieng
long polisol ile ye unit soto ikamim for welfare unit so ila welfare unit ni wolle marata kol mi alonko ay dimbaya male comme muso nin ke tema dindingo ni fatema anin anything mi yalon ko ay dimba anin dimba e nyomale so wonata fo comme Mustafa ya fo nyame kanyapi muso kan ka layo nyoya asatara muso nyi man lafi o ikala nyoya membe tarala fo abi barmo soto laje o abi mantoro soto laje so wolbe mo kuolti mi yalon ko na luwali e bayle bari ni ajube comme ateya commencé damen ka fo aka na society to fo mol nata normalize so ntengaje nyamen because ni aje ku jama kabrimbe nunje ngamirante nga one case le soto nun sunkutu ndingo ngamira womo watchmano leti nun Banjul Central Mosque ke barin dolem anyapita sunkutu ndingo lo kabrimbe police nga wo case clean kalamuta je pari baje la kabrin nata jang nata realize ko ku jamal ka ke on sexual abuse mi yalonko suwokono ntel bukaje sexual abuse o jama hannaka ke fanan mbuka la filaka diamu ita santo because family nyin kaje nyin kana malole si family nyin na o akana family janjango ke jama akake nun sunkutu ndingola bari akake hani kambande ndingola bari ibuka dula soto iba fola dame ni ya fo iba maya sa fo itu imulolti karite nyinkela because itella nya ila jeroto womu alfalti womu mo kummari ngoleti society nyinkono ate wo kusifal kela so ayatinna fo minuka wo experience minuka ta tru wala jama ibuka diamundi ibuka diamuno like dulati je ibafola so galka internalized le ika mute kono so ibajela wo ni ke bayata fang akela miro falidne akela relationship kenyame ni ke bayata aka wo be falidne aka afegle because kabrin dindi ma yaje ko comme like ila uncle o ila mama ke o ila half brother o wolke abuse andung imang dula soto iba fola dameng o iba nyinna dameng bajela wo ke sifal jama fang ibuke samba police because ikamalule amga ni wotata akundi da banta akana mne samba family nyinto o dimbayato
jama ninga keta day mindi kake leyango ti nyungo kono ikake musollete day jama na keta mindi kake leyango ti ningo leyango mindi kake victims di wala mindi ka kolea kala mindi kambake ikake musollete yamira wato mansi sain pour nga musol fahamande ka foye ko ni nyingena inyanta nyinekela ima mera fere nyanda tarala laring wala kunindir nyanda tarala caring miyalonko wala be tarala laring pour musol yeje ngama ite multi miyalonko musol la ko iman jahanal day
Yeah, kako Mustafa Abakabake is coming Mustafa Dabo ya nyaming aning Suleiman fana ya bambandi nyaming tinga mbira manya na kela musol fango damma la kolti kafu ko nga musol damma dia mundika anya na kela society bele to banko bele mol be musol nin kew special kewol because nka jele ko ni musol wulita iko karien lanyo nya karien abuse le ya ayenyo lale jama kewol ka gina fango wuli ka bay ka dika foko to nyante nin alpha ba nin koditio ni melon ko akamol karandi krano la ni musilmel ti ni mudino lati ha nin de nin keno la ikasi ya bay andu say nga menje fansa ko social media say nga nin misogynist digitalization nga wolle je malo fo ngo ti wo fono nyadi ikamira ko social media a falinta aketa patriarchality aketa kewolla sembentu ya dulalete aketa kewolla dulame alonko ikasembo di nyolete aketa place me alko kewol kanali musol kajafe sai ngo treno le jento la Gambia la social media katu ningo ka wala fo ninga social media ya ka funyo ko is it Gambian social media is it no so because ebuka understand no so nyi diamo nyinda tala musol dama bari kewol katu musol ndolam culture society be nyame kewol ye sembo soto na banko to bake na society to na kabilol to na bungol kono na kordal kono na futuwol kono na wuludulal kono musu kewol ye sembe baso to jele so ngame diamo nyinda datila ko ka kewol kunindi ke wulindi ka yitandi la ko nyin abe kerine andu alyalonne anda manke kewol malonde yalonne bari ni aje be nyo sembentu yala idam mangol ba konole katu ninte tata nin dindi merentol kan la nyoya dindin kili wulita a wurita mune be kela wo kewo fana be nyil do sembentu yala le katu afongo yalon ko nin ko findita banta nin ko tata fo nga sembodi molla musola nin dindingol ka wuli ka nyin ko fo he Gambia ke jawale be boyla de ke jamale be boyla andu wole atinna ikasi ke sembeta so diamo nyanta kela kewol leblu katu dingol le katara nyin kono ila bari musol le katara nyin kono ila dol fongo bamal isi abuse katu nyin man tara ko foy keba tele foy mo dindin tele foy katu ka moy mole office kono ibe do ko nyinina ya foy ko ni be lala nyola le pour ye do ko soto na jele mo kata ko nyini kunun ko do ba explainante akonyo ko ku membe keri ngambe atol buka understand do kudulal belem ikata jele ikala fi niyela so nyinko atata le sign po ma fo ya normalize atata le fa kana ke ko okay tale ite muso ni man taje motel monite lala ite dindingo itata mune nyinin je fo nyinka kela ni man tanu je ite nyoyala sai ka mo le fan social media ka jele ko ka foko musol habutale I habutale ikabula kewal normal because of ila kodo ikabula kewal normal because ibe men dilela musole habuta mo man si ka foko na ke kurungol soto na society kono ke betol bi jele de bari ke kurungol ibe na society kono le andum ininyin ke dol kata nyolale ibe sembentu yala katu ni ko fam hani nyin dindi merentoli ke men nyola ka fo ko ni afo moye ite lalela nga moje me yalan ko aka koto manual ani mel bota ba kilim fa kiling wo tere kiling wole na yela kabraya fo koto male mel ani mel dinda ba kilim fa kil wol keto nyati faye problem family tema so yaji nyinko nyanta ke wolle dati la ke fanal diamundi ya understand because nyinkelo ate stop la de ndolte lola mte stop la pour ka diam banendiro city Cool besi fo nendiro besi fo ya fo nye feminist nteka fo mole ntemu feminist ole radical one of amante radical one ntemu wole anu mansila monya mbenna to nya folale nim fata nin ala nin ko be believe ta dino la dino kale to nya fo hanni ba landi le kangoto to nya so wo sarto be nyanta lola wala anu gambia dinya katu be ngasi ben dingol tinyal because say amanke ko ni Gambia no leka inyi di ngol ke lañu nga tuba bol jele european no ikana ni kala nga wandi banku din dolje ikana je fanan ini di ngol ke ñula because kute bolaje so ñine mum be ñi mem fola because katu ñin ko ako dimina a warta bake andu mo nsafo nak melbe diaspora mo killing man kana ñinto ndenga jele mome ya lon ko adingo tata li fola Gambia afango man taraje ading muso ya nyola dingo saita nang imam ba kalama dingo sita dong abe suicide commit la ba fam pak polisol nata ya kumandi ikay ko idingo nga wole nata kata fam fa aba mama lo mune kita Gambia kabra tata polisol ya wotumole nyin ko nata fintiko ya nyola le so ko no je lifo aba mati je so moman kana nyinto nimma nyinkele ngake mbela sulote nganake ka ko feministo le ka diamu gender activist le ka diamu musol la kol siata billahi mbebe dunna nyinkono
akuma nyinko
cultural barrier ni nyanta wole break la andung kom ya fo nyamen diamu manyan just ka diamu kele na society leaders all comme almamol alkalol inyanta kanyin kumol take kacha ila jumo saloto kudubo e kanyin kumol fo e kamol kunundi na leaders all political leaders all fadanita ta campaign to e kanyin kumol fo e ka kacha so koratiol fanang inila dimbayal kakacha so that dindingo nyem because until na ado mo minti dindingo inyanta jela bari imanyan na moyla andung neka dindingo je ibuka moy ikaga situation no create mi alonko dindingo nying ate kango sotola ate confidence soto nola ibajela jang tubab dindingol from 1 year to 6 ika diamu ko kebal ika kacha ika ideal questionable race mi alonko sukono maybe 12 16 year old ibuka wol fono so confidence ni buka tarjam because jang ika opportunity dila hani ku je suokono isa fo no dindingo inyanta 99 call la polisol o inyanta ambulance call la ne ko je imam min sute but intelia atije komia fo nyamen it's not just because ke kurungol lebije e kanyo mako but it's society itself wole ye wo barrier create because victimo nying e kan etele ke malong ke I forgot this term coming for instead of it ke victim ti e kena etele accuse e ke etele ke accuse nyinti so e bache la jama ay ibuka hani ka fundi ka diam because ite ya fo yang hani do kudula mi yalon ko wol manke dindingol tifan ke ballem muso mi yalon ko abe futuring a lafta tala ay doko ke ayala taro soto ayala dimbayal balundi ke furing bije ay ke director o ay ke head of the department asafo janimbe tala fonge layo nya o janimbe promote la fonge long muso la o nga fo ha nange samba tribla nimbita tribla comme nga moy one politician ka fo mbe sambala jana nintata mbe nyinne kile mbe kono mandel andun iteya lonko nyimu wandi musolti with all those things ni nata kadiam molka fo ha ite banla vikari la ye evidence will be dauda because ntenga lonko motive ulila just kenseng asafo kari nyapitan kanne o kari laftan nyoya lalale asatara wotije so nyantaka audience create la womo sifal for preta nyanta fananka organizational soto or like this foundation real mea lonko nying victims all ini wolle be dil direct case support financially morally isaje itel fanan isi bambano yena funti okay nga understand ko sometimes ni nyin ko samba police problemol kataraje police kurungol dol kataraje miya lonko ibe kodota la obviously the victim will blue like the case Mustafa Emin Grace
yes police olti for police ol ka wokele ba
manke police olti sande mu police olti no
even police olti bare police ya family
bari dula dawo da kurungol kataraje mo kendol kataraje so mbe ngalon ko police kurungol bijele ngalon fanan ko police kendol bijele on kam fam moy malon ko jumale ko assist le dunta sang bang al kam moy kale
we can hear you
okay so ngalon police kurungol bijele nin lota janga fo police kurungol tije yalo be kuma kensengol le foka mbenga lonko police kurungol be police kundato andum police kendol bijele so what ni for instance a Europe 75-year-old European onying anata because 900 pound or 50 pound or 200 pound the police all like about $10,000-$20,000 was for her nying maybe ala 6 months salary lem or 1 year salary obviously abeg ala kato dango kela pour asaje ko case nying amam progress bari ni kom nga fo nyame ning organisation no bije mi yalonko woni victimol be do kulal abe help la wol ba jela ko case nyin ya folole up to the point mi yalonko wo police kurungol fang lebena dunna problemol to because ibaje la wol eka justice nyin avadle so corruptale and ika victimize for that so isi wol charge no you understand but na tara woltije abe kole yalale because for example even though ngalon police complaint unit bijele but ita fola jama technically police o asamba police kunda ya kiti ya judge o ya investigate ya for ha agel titale mba charge la ba nyinna because jama kom nga fo na culture be nyamen sometimes ika cool bunkono kachale wi nyalon ko amanya nakake so wo fanam bijele
akumada ba ke so thank you bamba ngafo janne diam jamale yafo dole chodiroke kella dole chodiroke na society la dole chodiroke ko hani nyaton kol minute famo bije makamatiol do bije ikanganya la makamol la pour kanyin sexual abuse min ikafoten pour ka tamani foy mu manajal foy mu director ti ka fo mole ko ni manke ni ibe kelaten ngana keten bamba nyimu kuleti mi alonko aka mulun ne dey fango story fo jang mi alonko mo bore jay dingo tada Gambia tada holiday la wol katara nyi nono bije maybe wol kam malan cepel le badu woto aka mulna bamba mo mankana de nyinko asilanda warata baake bamba say your thoughts.
Baraka bake Mustafa be Mustafa Dabo konton na bake be na boss konton na Aziz na jila dundanang mben na bare musu kendo konton na ndey jubate anim fangola dindi mo Suleiman kumol men fote ñi ñata bake bari Mustafa ntolu nga problem wala soto as a society Gambia fon problemo asiat akuliata tamboto because niko sexual abuse akono fanuta back follow ebe sio hapole jubela ndolla banko la loi ko ni mam futa sanji tannen sai imam balikuya comme imam kebaya na banko loi ni be mo ni comme be mo la pour mari et son ande loi et son ka sontale ebe tar la sanji tanni wo bare alinga na society jube ban dolla society kata nyaadi le kabirin gunjur fanka so bala kabirin kato faye naki boli bannala koyna kom dolla Gambia sunkuto be futala sanji tanni nani sanji tanni ni do sa karo fata karfala sunkuto karfala nyin sita futo mal ni o futundi sanji tanni lulu sanji tanni woro waran sanji tanni nani sanji tanni lulu anaki mo teke abibre bare ndolla society yo nyama ndolla society kaje nimmo tata ko fata asita futo mala jama ka musolla affect because kewlu jama kewlu be ni la sanji tanni woro bestial kay noise ba kuma kanjele
Yeah, from malum background jamale ambar nga mute le nga jando mute le I think Mustafa be damen no
so ibaje la ko wo na society batandi fulan nyaw dino Mustafa dino fon nzafo ko moluka dino tamani nyama ni dino be nyama mankileng Mustafa ndanga case soto case me alon ka complicated bag nyin ke ba mu kallafo alfalemu abota almame kundale to asato be bolon lo kono nzafa sato be wo banko tema mafan purun kana kumo nyin fengendi bag wande dindingo aka nene ka kodo diala ay alanyo ya me alon ko sanji tanni worolem faya konoma akonoma rin ko la abama wulita tata police
ko afo jara because mbengalon jaralem
no jarante this is in Badibu Soul. This is a very serious case. Abama wulita tata police what in Abama kadiamo tata police all volka e ko nyin alpha ba nyin sita dingo konomano ye kewo nyin ka ko ha to nyale matele akonoma par sate mol wulite kay ko ilafta ko muso dinde nyi fama kate date je ako kato hormone bu nyaal batene almam kunnan kol tem bari sai sate mol wulita muso nyin kam maka faay ko ilafta almam kunnan kol malundila come on for crying out loud for almam kunnan kol lafte malundila nyaadile itolle la moya dingo konoma why ibela fila pour kam muso ke fonkoti malum fala nyaadi même victime ti kawke perpetrator nyin kaw yelamande kake victime sule Mustafa asifa siata na Gambia back ise alfal je tara lori mimbaro kan ibe kawandola yafo ko ha tubabo lay loi furu me alonko e laftan batandilala sunkutol kasi futo may kafo wolte futunola sunkuto na e sanji tan nem lul soto don wara sanji tan furana karo fara don islamo ko isani nol yo ikaje society Kenya kuye fe ni lafta pour ka luwa tamandi tilimbali yala society safa ko akawiye yatale ala kulle siata ni muso fon buka malu waran sunkuti no fon le ya fandi kewla jumala kay ko akasi pasutundu jumala kay ko ake pare nyame wala yantinda kewli ya fenke because a fon le ya fandi kewla come on mola pare nyamang amang keyti la problem ti ila problem mu menti wala mu ne musoje ila fitala taye kuro ki yala mole ya futu bare ndolla society ni Gambia jube bi itata dunta Gambia kono comme ndey même fo soli même fo hanin na badalla ngamol je men yalon koy fon lu ka fo di musole ko kari nyol tata badalla to babo fela line house lo ay itabe sirin jam babo line house lo wo mari o sunkutu do e nyame do you know hani bari bela fela dingo e nyung tia fon ko la tia maraba fo maraba lemba maraba nyin tia ilarimo ay ñu wala yake plateau kono ay tare yayla badala namina anin 10,000 ena andum plateau nyimma $1,000 fonsi ayo dite alfa layman boto san yesukur boto sa yefon san yeb salbayol san anin fonkol ite dimuso nyin kala aya bondi mintol say mustafa na society tata fatinyata so much that ni nata sunkuto nin kambandi ngo fon katambi idim muso nin kambandi ngo katambi lebe siri la bungo ibe siri la jimbola ye konton pabi nanga def pabi abe nyadi pabi hono jawali ye tambile ye konton yeta musubun kon inya bala ite alfa fon ita kala kasit ika fo ha sa jamano falinta nyadi ite alfa le falinta because alfa be keri ne bi hani sama wolu dimusol hani sata kono ni moje lo ring ni ma alamanta be wolu fon la be almani la be la futo sit la wolu fon la ate kew kanen na kodila bari jannim malobe lale kan ite alfa jannim malobe lale kan nunto ndolla dindiya wato Mustafa ni muso e dingo soto outside wedlock ama soto futu kono ni be kombole jama ke ko ba ko te housing estate o child fon ko ya landi fenso balaje ko di yetela hajo nyin kamala maloni bari sa inna alfa almamol ni fon ustasul fon le katawo futu sitol so ibaje la ko society fon nga dadale atinyatale do ku dulal kana woto fo do ku dula ni mo bitaw to woke ba yatale way sajjeta ni say soto fo muwan because a jita school bari woto fanam fon ikaje ko comme moluka abusement ke je ka fo ni mo be do ko nyenela iba tulun na janni be place o dilal na man so la afrique mo jamal be do ko nyinolo il faut yalon ko kewle mo nyim problème o be mo kewle because hani protection o même fon ka ke abuse so la kewle ka ke musolu kay they are continuous victims mote bondi no la victimization no la e be continue ka ke victim because ndol kon ka bambu dino fon ko man ka dino abuse ni wandi dingo kono may ela muso complainte kay ko ha musulman ay chance dinta la pour nga musu nani ñene par musulman ma foy pour e jeno ke you see ndol ka islam billahi wallahi alazim Mustafa ante ka folo ko Gambia nafiko le siata musulman nkatu lunda katu wakane continuously because muneka kento la Gambia molo ka fania fasa sinyo yakan badi yakan nka sila ko ala entoli ya marle pour ngani hakilo to fania moto nkanyina dino la nkanyina kila sallallahu alaihi wasallam le ya marlola nka fania fasa kene bato isaje ko Mustafa antene Mustafa teriya iko bambay wande dingo le konoma Mustafa lo non tenga bambalo nende no ka programme ke radio tol bambate o sifa kenola
ndara folo ko bambala kende
no ite o fola Mustafa ntolo ka nyo protect le for no reason karite o sifa kela how
yalo bamba wala nyanta bola nyin yalo nyin nte mankana nte Mustafa ite bamba mankana nde mankana Suleiman mankana nimbuka nyin kacham buka fo because ne ajibe the trending akata abe futala molla jam mi yalon ko lela mola mo pra futa wala bamba nyin ko fon sa kacha
bali Mustafa ni ajibe duwa tamandir la lu fon lu men yalon ko wollel mu prime movers of the lord Aziz Bejanne Suleiman Bejanne be mu senior police officer solel wolle fon ko loi abuse than anybody
yambar ngana Aziz ya wala wala Aziz
yes
bamba ebe allegation o mekande
no wolle fon ka be
Aziz bambang la accused de
wow man ko dega
bu ko nangu nak ane ko buko nangu.
Anyway,
Zebra mol kondo ngebi zebra kodenga Aziz.
bismillah, Ali Hakobo indi later nala, but ngamira Mustafa ya understand them later kana.
Yeah, that's
Ma
fine.
expect num coming mbina fan katu ngani ndiki ko na modu soto sufficiently many along ko isini kachake. So until afternoon kali monitor on the background, but biringaje ko tumodo ndikita menu bele manna wole wakili ni bi kachadi ata bake adum be mobe kontonna mbembe kontonna lenna bo Suleiman kontonna bamba fana munna alfatim ba kontonna ani ke Mustafa ñing oda paneliso e malo ndimale kilimuna man dala tela no
Mustafa Dabo.
yo Mustafa keswandi
Yes.
toñala jata bale mu mba fana kontonni bi kachadi ata bake adum aliyem foten akuma yata bari nte lafta controversial la demanding
Good. Let's hear your point.
munan nga nyinke kacha dati fodum because tubabo le dadun je ba wala na ke kacha dati ba fodum kule mu meya lonko sila futata tembele ta man futanun dane katu ni aje ngawofu nga lom malon kadini wolu tulugo ben na society kono tulugo fango is very very much entrenched abin na society kono le nin tarambe to nya fulani comme kumala côté woli même fo kadini meramolu futu ani wonyo jama al fali beje al mamulu kantiyolu palastiyolu iben na dindi wol tinyala hani fay buka fendina tuwabo kana aketulu nga kafendindila tonya de abe mandiyade bari men ka fendi di fam wole feseta me anon ka ketinya ke la hajo betinya ke tude nyina mu kote ndu ning society tata fo silan itolla kuluro itol make moy kata e kadu mansa bulu mansa man kuluro no mansa te daji ko lu nola so tonya police oli role soto bayri itolle sonda ye polisiata ikoybe tonya ta mandila adiye kali wala adoyata nyawnya hanin tara banko be man tara tonya ta mandika police oli nyante tonya ta man bari gambia le tonya ta man no fan kolea
Aziz. Muni ya koleyande.
okay yalo dula fulalem kilimo nyinuli ya fole maslaha beje ikaboy mo kadne fan mo be wuli pour ka lo mo moye ala molu ni mo fan buka so itolle fan ka kuntu luwani wo motem ka jeko ye accuse passing min protect ka protect nyadile ala le la nino le mu nyimu badi mbuleti sutura ikawle beta bari lafta kuma kilinde doron example kilinde dilal ndenyi na tonya ntonin Senegal manke banku kilinde bari bi ye politician wole accuse ko anya pita musole kan aya musuku une mu society la reaction including to famo na kana politicized to the extent that the female victim and a voice is never heard. Well, if it is heard, it's in reference to she is irresponsible. Nka wale mwe.
But Aziz, police ole fenno woto lako fo?
Police ole muno, because
Police ole nyanda fenno lo woto lako.
Jima example jima.
Kumi ning ye fenke, il after blame wala la moka mi alo yake wala. Fo police ole man fenno woto.
No. Police all take kuno la je because as is coming for because public opinion ying aning the law in manke klingti. Lua nying sila lua tamandino bari public opinion ying fanang ay sembo sotole especially na social media nyinto. Let's say for example I mean for let's get home anyway. Tupa kabringa fundida. Tupa kabringa fundida ko ya jame ya are sexually abused. You know, a lot of people are discredited. iko amanto nyafo ad alabama le kasamba nun jammea adunta jana funtita jana so among naya tara manke no momi alonko a strong ta andung I support sort of from outside nikon ala voice mota moila nobody would even listen to her so wo jamal bije comme asis ya fonyameng case do bije I remember ka bring the police na police do nyanta tala num peacekeeping na atata morido kwa abe balandango kilai ne abunki dola ate dunnala inata bunki dola police nata fa so I was then dunda kotama ikafo ha ite case nying ite marabunyi ita arrest la moronyi because ala family ko yam fatala ala le linyin awato le sita bla bla so ma understand no muni atina luanying because ning crime ning kita war is not between the family and the
exactly
victim ning it's between the state it's because hani esamba court akake IGP versus X so bari ika kono to kachale comme na culture and in a society lebe wonyale
so what you're saying you insinuating if I focus ko what a sign dollar culture in the tradition wala kan na law override
of course yes aka compromise le not override but aka compromise le yalon compromise and override manke killing
Mustafa ni Suleiman ning Aziz Kamemfo that means konto la police ya adasatale na police soul la doku nya adasatale na police soul la karanya adasatale na police
Amanda sa yalong jang no let me let me just comment quickly
because natara luwa ko nyine nyanta kela poliso ye si gaela override na example dila jan Norway kesol katara janne ikatale yafo ya withdraw ikafo ko no atitano mba stambala to because this is against the law of the society the country against janna loto mba stambala fadan bla because ka happen jan jama african ol fa tema isaji ko yeta police yafo ko no say mba withdraw la man la fi problem la o family call fango man la fa stambala koteke famal fikira police ka foko no abitala le to the end all the way to court
but yalong ekamemfo is like yesterday I was watching Gis and I picked one thing jama we always reference the West ka for her let's say mbe UK le so anything I'm talking about mbe wo sembela UK la tamanyala UK la lual to aniwo sifat ibaje la jam police soul independent sotora so ila police chief nying and police commissioner president buke ala prime minister buke appoint ike electly in the Gambia the IGP is appointed by the president the DIG is appointed by the president so obviously will a political line in sotole so nita da ikapo ya ha nita no
Mustafa mo bide ali mageso ban
but Suleiman I want to really debunk that part of
no you cannot debunk that part because it monkey clinty
reference to Europe. No, just wait a minute, Suleiman. I want to get to that. I'm not talking because of reference to Europe. I'm giving examples some of these things because while some of these institutions are working, munatina kamola nyoya ya muta ya samba kitiola yes sorong mune do you need reference to Europe or England?
No, what I'm trying to say. What I'm coming for.
I disagree with that.
No, what I'm trying to say. Let's say for instance, saying. Let me give you a clear example. Saying, for example, yalong kabring mayoral election ying, local government election ying. Nene fadera fundita ako ya sprayle andong barola kosin malong fala nephew lembang fo juma wolle ya spray ando ibanengkang So yeah, mwele you arrest le or anything.
That is why
So
the police are Dasata. This is where I'm coming.
No. So what I'm trying to arrive at. What I'm trying to arrive, But in Nimanyo Lamoy, you understand. We are all talking about the same point. No. It's not. No. This is not about new sabot. This is about discussion.
Okay.
But when we talking, for us to arrive, nganyo faham, for nganyo understand. I'm not here excusing the police. Coming for from until being a info, Nkona culture and in a society has a big impact on propagating sexual abuse and unkawo normalized in our society. And that is a fact. Dispute nola. So if the police is part of this society, so until nyanta minkela, William nyanta discussional kela miya lonko, na police kunda abe independent from the political unit. Miya lonko, they can have the freedom purka insist ka case prosecute without any repercussion at the end of the day. Because let's say, for example, saying nintele benunje or aje ablay sanyan tata barola causing arrest in nata prosecute because there were audio and video evidences. Ya samba kiti dula ya sorong. Barosi feel dissatisfied. I apply dismissed. I don't know TJ. Na assist ke IJP. Yemira assist would do the same. But in near Tarangan police nga independent, nga free from the political unit. IJT Silala or any other police officer te Silala. Because I remember I can give an example. This guy, Tamsir Jasi, Kabring joined. Tamsir was the DIG. So Kabring atele in charge of electoral process nying polisola. So atata at the TV ako all the political parties will be given equal opportunity. Police base provide the same level of security, and any political party may electoral law violate, ibe arrest la, ibe prosecute la. And the next, I think, week or so, bondije, samba immigration. So these are things Mia Lonko is affecting the morale of the police, and we must admit this.
Okay.
So kawa dismiss or debunk is not justifiable.
Okay,
I don't think we're doing service to the police.
Thank you.
I just want to make it go. The system is ill. There is a problem with this system, and we have
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Imagine if I'm only thinking just a woolly teleco, atata si yabai. He was ready because he's a police officer. He believed in the institution, believed in Aladokoto, Alota, Ayabo, this fight, all the most dangerous situation we are in. That was Jame time. He was brave enough to come out. That's why in Kafuko, something is wrong there.
Okay, thank you.
No, system I do admit system is ill, and we need to fix that. That's what I'm saying. We need to fix this system to get things working.
Thank you. Okay, Mustafa Dabo.
Now,
being a kalamdale. Nga jele mimbe caring Gambia banko kang na kacha kung ni ko sexual abuse ite ba on the ground le kodol bije fang ite fang ngamra ila paper ale safaro ke kula mimbe dending ko min keta mbe nga kalamda kendingo mi ka fay tubab kendingo mi yalanko aning dinding ning family dol dunte nyola mala flying kono to dia woto bake bi Mustafa katung ite ni nata journalist yala investigation kisi ro anin kamul fahamni o mu fannalti mi yalanko mobe long wolale bela fleye mako jeto kula mimbe dending mum kisi rol keta benen kisi rol keta akola mine keta muna tinna keta ani mina tinna wonyanta kela Mustafa.
Coming puruka kacha kumasi ndaining Mr. Genna conversational. I don't think I don't think Imang agree. I think they are on the same point. So what Mr. Geng is saying is that coming police unit more independence to, so in other words there are cases so do kumas many along gold bukata because political interference like Yo, so on the phone kasela police investigation okay kaje ko nyindo police will you edit. So by editing I mean coming like you are investigating a crime, maybe let's say passport scandal. Yeah, eka model joy, eka episode joy to protect certain people or certain interests. Near investigation or edit, aka case ka collapse le. Because evidence is a story. If it is told, anyanda sense make la. Near investigation or edit story book a sense make. So near samba eka case file can say samba court aka collapse le. I have seen that many times. But also about the more recent issues. So for example, more recent cases where we had not a rely paternity test can to prove rape. That tells you what a rape investigation is, because paternity test and rape have nothing to do with each other. So ne after a police will investigate properly no paternity test, because paternity test is one desperate measure to prove rape, but also to prove statutory rape. You know, what I'm putting water. So coming up a baby cooking on one hand, system will collapse and we need to fix it. On another hand, political interference in all system where is just a symptom of system or a collapse. Yeah. So political interference is still there also, yeah. But also coming puru ka context do di kachanyinda. So clarity fana important about it. When I said clarity, coming more ila doko ila role. Yajela. Niwan freedom sort of to do your job, quit. For me, inte aje wala nyam. And nila doko momenti, do that. So until the bidding I decide can in case. Of course, I don't have the capacity to kill a case because the case investigate la. Akatra colleagues are aware of it. And we do have meetings and we do presentations and things like that. We do joint reviews. So in a situation like that, it's a case for anyway. But what I'm trying to get at is that while in the Albanian case investigate can so because the family was playing with both the family and the police be my cointama. And they are interested in investigating it. You know, police officer but me, I noticed very early on that he was lying when I proved 1 and 2 times that all the information he gave me were lies. First, he told me I didn't have witnesses. I went to the crime scene. I start from the beginning, and I was able to have witnesses from the person who saw the girl entering in the white guy's house, all the way to his colleagues at IG residence, to paramilitary headquarters and all those places. So when okay, now there is something here. There is a story to this story. Now that our doctor here, and I found out also at an parents will be on your doctor kofemmanke dindingol. Okay, birin doctor diam da doctor konyentala case file of larinja. Imanna wakamafang. So I know the funny ara fokan. So one time I went to the police. I was pissed because at some point, investigation on an emotional subject of this nature, at some point it gets to you. I got pissed. So I went to the police guy and I told him, but you're funny, and he says, why? I said, but you can my evidence or my witness sort of all those issues. Guy will man get to guy because I have found X, Y, and Z. Ma find that witness will men find Anila names because I was wary akata start pressure la on Molukang so that will finance back out or they withdraw their testimonies. So now during no fight, me bolaje I pabi call one of the parents of the kids. Did I call I meant 5 more long, but anyway, he must have told him Mustafa is insisting on this case. So So Pabinying, I WhatsApp one of the parents. I WhatsApp audio Kinyana. Kafonya, Mr. Dabo, I'm very disappointed. You go about lying. And in fact, he is saying, accusing me of having grievances against the white man. I still have the WhatsApp audio in my phone. And at that time, the activist. And I sent him the audio, and we were discussing it. It's quite an experience because now you have so when I submitted the story to my friend in Bitakam rural areas, I sent him a text and I said, one of the issues in this story for me is this, and I told him, how do you protect a child from a father? You see what I mean? Like, because either out of ignorance or out of poverty or out of issues may along control more for him, the father is angry with me for some reason and not the white man. You see what I mean? And so, and I sat down to think about it. And I, of course, my colleagues also, because the story gets to, there are a lot of people who saw it, and, because Nimbe story reviewer, or even before editing or during editing and things like that. And we were both thinking about it. Mr. Jen, you want to say something?
Yeah, Lafta will emphasize initially because Hani itea fanyaming dad nying wasn't happy. Dad nying man la fi case nying police only prosecute. Okay, and then it happened that a corrupt police officer will be case nying investigate la. So nyinu fulol they would do all that they can under this act to make so nying court nying amamfuta case nying amamfuta court. Okay, Hani ite insist and then a case nying taya transfer to another police officer Meya Lonko is determined case nying naya samba court pabi nying asina lono asafo ala dingo nying wasita for Imam Fenkala. So
but okay, Yalom, you made reference Ali Kafoko come UK. No, you said crime of this nature is crime against the state, right?
State, exactly, yeah.
That so wala nga kumasno clarity la. Clarity of purpose. For me, as an investigative journalist, I'm an advocate. So my job was to protect the child. So I don't care what the father thinks or says. I don't care what the police thinks or says. And I don't care what any other human being thinks or says. So long as there is evidence to show that my constituent is affected, that's the focus. So everybody has a constituent. So the police, in any given situation, it will not constituent is the one who is abused or the one who is harmed, the one who requires protection. So it for me, police nyanta or clarity that I either do this or I quit and go home. And it's easier said than done. And I agree with you. I mean, it's easier said than done because if you get a job and of course this is what you rely on and this is how you feed a family. I know it's a complicated story. I know. I mean, it's easier to say it at a distance. But coming to clarity for you, ni atarantolo clarity certainly. When the parents say, nothing happened, the police said, no, we would have given up.
So saying it because you've gathered all the required evidence for case ning prosecute because case ning is substance totally. Doctor ning la case file ning bije ming ya testify ko kindingo ning ay sunguto ning abusely. Okay, weakness all bije and you've protected those weaknesses. Bari yalong ko ning investigative officer is a corrupt official. Mia Lonko is dealing with that because I believe ko tubabo ni yekodo di itil mobile full bela. So saying Kabrite would discover, did you go to the police high command Kaitandiko? This is what is happening, this is what I've discovered, and one of your officials who is responsible for the case Akanyinefo. And what
okay, so So, you know, police high command is under the president. Me, I'm under Malagem. I only report to Malagem. You know what I mean? So, but after the story is done, investigation is done, our story is published. Yes, I sent it to the IGP. And I also shared it. In fact, a day before the story is published, I shared it with the Attorney General to say that I am giving you a privileged access to this story, because we do give privileged access of our stories to certain people. Like if we are investigating a corruption allegation that has to do with mining sector, and we know there are certain individuals with detailed knowledge of that sector and they are not compromised, then the investigation of Banta, we bring them when we are doing the story review. So bring them, they can say, no, but you said this, but this doesn't make sense. This, I think probably you need more facts around here, or you need this more evidence or that. Yeah, when we are doing due diligence, because we don't have a much bigger team, so you have to do that.
Mustafa,
quality control issues. But coming, go ahead.
Yes, Aziz.
Go ahead.
Yememfo amalo wartam fe back in the sense ko police mela doko ke nyanta kela nyame. Mr. Jeng yememfo to nyale ma kumaya tapur Mustafa Tumodo aye ala finding share. But nte fe ayasia amasia nim police olia moy hanin forum to is sufficient ground pour say ye case ning re-investigate if the political will is there. So wo manjari kote ke nyenyi samba from the day I have publicized at Kerfatu wolum a new twofold of investigation nyanta
Nyanta o police officer arrest lale ya investigate.
Ando hansa o manke. Hansa o ma in fact ko tubabo arrest le bari.
Alin so
ko tubabo arrest le
bari lafta fana to also so where the problem lies, and it will be similar to what Suleiman is saying. So two-pronged investigation Lebekela. One file will be open for the police officer to look into the corruption allegation. The other one now is to reopen the file, handing the file on closed. Minamang close for now to now even at the level of court, they can ask the court that they are withdrawing this case. And then because they have additional evidence, they can work on that Inanna case and resubmit. So ninam the two things. But the reality for na challenge memu, most of these things can go unchallenged. Is that the more talked about oversight bodies, menga jikiko abekela the outcome of the security sector reform, handing oversight bodies are not established. Near Africa, we have a parliamentary committee on security. That is true. But we need an independent oversight body. And I'm going to quote an example of Jamaican Tekarantadane. Apart from, above and beyond the independent, above and beyond the parliamentary oversight, they have what they call INDICOM, Independent Investigation Commission, that investigates any allegation against police. What that matter, police only have their own internal investigation mechanisms, but they have an independent oversight body. Mayor Lonko will pick up some of these issues on media and deal with it directly. Again, it comes back, of course, to the political will, but it comes back to the virus of corruption. Now, I remember last week I was telling you, corruption, a mola nervous system, a government nervous system, a kawale be weakened, so that you don't even have the will to be able to tackle anything. But Mustafa, there is no reason, it's never too late. Government can act on this information and prosecute.
Aziz,
So
Mustafa
na
Ali Sabari
Bamba mene ko Sabari Bamba
no bele nyabala Mustafa e kuma kan men explain where it endile ko because investigative police officer aje ko nyimutu babolati atike no kodo babul abe kodo le no pabi nyim fana mol society ba fala ina ko nyintu babo nyi ni ko fenkende ibe jola ko di balla they no longer think of the child that has been abused inyanata dinnu nyi na kolal fang isungude no nyi men abuse all they look out for is ibe mune sotola akuo kono niaje Mustafa poliso e pabi nyin kumandi anabe kankilen niaje pabi nyi Mustafa kumandi waranka kangola la waranka Mustafa neng waranka kumado be fay ate nyi nata dingola kuwala yaje kulebe ke kan na banko kam be nya bala me nyaka sikalo Suleiman ya fala diamo kono le bari nte ben daily support la in that sense kafo ko political will wobe jele political influence be political pressure be jele come on for crying out loud ntol ko mu misil mo lel majority of Gambians for instance and no nibe ni eta do ko la for president le eta ba for prophet Esa le eta ba it doesn't matter ni eta do ko le ke kalinde alquranol fo ntol man alqurano ko to lomba because ye alqurano mute bulole ye kali
Bamba mas wotuje muna Bamba wotuje mo kabila wala ile fo ikafanya after
Aziz
Al-Quran wotuje
Aziz
Al-Quran is dead in the Gambia.
No, animbatun wrong whether he's dead or alive.
He's dead.
Fonga itandi society.
But they so no mandi afana ina.
Nombatun ro jandin de mina ngaindulan senende. Hada madingo. Iwuluta misilme kordale kono. Imenta misilme kordale kono. Ye misilme adamale long ko wole mu dina tonyati. Woto misilme ala o kitabo inyanta silala wolale. Munanti na ndolla dindiya wato le ite Mustafa Jammeh atodun Mustafa Dabo anin Aziz anin Sol Nindey anin Bamba mbeka silan na ticalla wotu manin hani cigarette ni ba sabaka ni ko yela tica kana do ka dundi fonko kotole islata tica nyin woke karande dalil juma kam ikalondo nyina bulu islata nyin nako nen tica mam benno lafta londo men nan ta soto come society be tinya kan mbe nya bala nka excuse around it. What is wrong? Manyana excuse nyinla around anything. Ndola society is toxic and the fonga cleanse. Whether it is politically or whether mbaitan la polisola ko polisola do ko movement wala mun comme nyie memfo Mustafa memfo ni mano boje do akoleata bari nga poliso je janne IGP Kinte a resign tale fama resign. Of course, more for the public press, but public press all that more jelle resign. But where Ataleko at Ajafayeko is honorable enough. Interfere, ngan palaso nyi signed. As I be abe bumbal. They left at Yamal and they go ahead.
And left another back the wrong kafoko, me explain Kalo Suleimani as is until a position Hanibi abe woleto, just like Baba Kamenfo. Aning Sule Mustafa Memfo ni mano iji yes easy tale de katum be alon ko Gambia kole atale be alon ko kadula do soto kadoko ke kadomoro soto akule atale but it la consensus mumuneti nde ni ajen kafu ko polisol ila karandil ila fahamo ila doko adasa tale ma fo be bari majority because nyin keso amam futa political will level fangot because Mustafa ya explain yame nyimbe polisol la level auto amam futa follow dame baro ba fola wala minister ba fola ani police o dam malem so police o level of understanding ko iben na banku dingol le tinyakan iben na banko tala ba make la blam ko tubabol binale mi ngomin diate yakije banku din dol financinale mi ngomin diate yakije ikatale do ye transo di abanda 2000 ko 2005 ngawle read no fen ko ye wodila ye wodindingola dunia betinya ye keso be fa wo level oto jang last week dorong kunun ko ba program dole ka ke no way jang every year ka fay arendas uka almost ko bele ka organizational bele ka traje politicianal prime minister bele ka every year me bele ka benje diamo ko problem be society to ba solve la nyame momo be involved in that ika traje men keta racist all le nata je extremist ibe nyim banko kono there is one woman who is very well known at a racist telephone bukari sor am di katale they are even violent itate fandundi one of the program because wolbe program wol men kan kayta the extremist wolbe sele kaname lowe itata jele police all your wages social media le molia text ko they are entering there immediately police all were there ma for control futa ta wol level la but even to just soko ila doko jarte menna yela doko faham ya understand ngalon ko amang easy pour ka resign because maybe te doko sotola italo be dingol balund la dameng bari mundumale polisol be silanto la mol be silako at that level mbe keso sambala nyanta dana dameng mbe na doko kala nyanta kala nyame mba hand over la ye menga menkije mankuno katu ni ngalo ko ni ndata jenna boss ibe bayla
doko kala yeah at least it is not from na doko kala
let them do whatever
I think I would agree with you on the point ko nying case nying among footer at the political will wherein politician will be intervene. So until I believe ko IGP na nying case je ya publish or ya ay nying program wala moy anyanta instruction o dila yo police or arrest ya investigate because police will ike accuse like traffic offense evidential compromise and it was if ni accuse wo ike samba disciplinarily andung wo wato de kabrimbi je jamme konta bije andung momo niwe police wo wato ni afo jamme konta mobe ya long jamme konta was a good disciplinarian police ni afo ibe majla before jamme konta dunia be la ka jahasi kungono because he is a no-nonsense man. So was he falle inyanda wo introduce la because I believe like I was saying I used reference to Ma'am Tamsir just
yes
no police all bije hanesa miya lonko they are very strict and ikela doko samba anyanda kala nyameng. Let's say people like operational AIG operations Landing Bojan Momo Yalongo, he's not a nonsense person. Landini case Nadia, whatever people may accuse him of, Aladoko Akauke, Anyanta Kelanyaming, Anung Abuka Monya Kono Jube. You remember a malum for operational bulldozer lemba, Molia accused Ufeofen, but he did to help reduce the crime level. Anung saying recently ko aka operational Ming Tamandi, West Coast and in Banjul area, and in Canifing. Crime jamal kita yemo jamal arrest so nkambi fo jama ntel nin lafta na polisol le futa lebuloto ntel na polisol be jangnyame police nying inyanta independent la IGP or commissioner president manyana ka will appoint
so
because knowing
this is very I repeat this is the third time iba fokan sa itemera ka police all independent mo kala no nyadi
no yalong police nying act of parliament la established comme ika constitution ni parliament le nyanda stila ye ko ya review ya for sign police nying lafta independent la from the executive branch mi yalong ko jang prime minister nying ate chief constable nying ata fire nola because there was a time Theresa May wanted to do that, but Igalia Blu, Luata Bulu as a prime minister, IGP by because ne Yalonko, President Ote by Nola, they have to take you to a commission, independent commission only investigate the Ajeko, itede ila doko nying, imake inyanta kela nyameng, woto inyante by la because of misconduct. But the president of Tesila don't have on by saying sama anybody jube alafta min na mia lonko womo partisan moti I will appoint as the IGP. So it wo expect la wo abala institutional sambala institution nyanta tala nyame. Okay, Jama je Kinte resigned. Obviously, we know Kinte is a seasoned lawyer. Kinte has his own private business, so he's surviving. Whether na Dokuta government or not, he can survive. But if police kebal Jamal Bije. Ni will retire at a sign or he resigned ibitala mintole
Yeah, okay. I can imagine. Kolea le katina wala fuaria.
You know,
Do bige ani wasabalea mo
Alkamoyle.
katina. Ha Nkemale, we can hear you. Nkemale clearly, yeah.
Yeah, nka incoming call le sodo.
Okay, maybe wala kila fenko
Yeah.
acto. But Sam Minka,
Yeah.
let's come to you, Mustafa Dabo. Mustafa, idiamo fo ila diamo kono ko itata fo ifrata stage to dame yalonko poliso aning parento nyin lebe kankiling. So bro je malong, how does that make you feel? For it continues from there and in tubabu nata ko kono nyaade Mustafa.
Yalo wo fana fonsa understand parents all kana comme parents all ka compromise nyaadi the contela understanding to nga pattern ne jeje me alon ko and it's disturbing men keta walan and alia victim blaming kumo fo jande victim blaming comme ka fo dindingo yenyim fengol menu du deteta bakele wala sa eteren kewol kumandi famaga o mune sije o ete nyin suto ba ete mune fama ete si sata o kono you know or sifal victim blaming but I will tell you one thing police or menke which for me is disturbing because why I didn't tell ko nyinte accident de dal takelan and I will tell you how. The first thing pabi e memfonye because containing pabi le kakacha and ne fe fonte en ka safel, so I go and sit down and think about it. So nim pabi be kachala konye police o fon konye BBC ya kolle questioning the illegal arrest of our citizen. Yeah, I know BBC contacted the police officer, but BBC was interested in doing a story on British pedophiles. And because of that, BBC and Dollar Story read on Penny Appeal. So they got interested. They said, you guys have done this. We were hoping if you are onto another British national. And I said, no. But they said, we have this case and it's ongoing in the court. But ninga nyunu koli because onana call. So I knew BBC was talking to Kausu and Keta. But they attempted to talk to them, but they stonewalled them. In other words, imallafika diamwali. So birim pabi konyeko and BBC was talking to me, Anna. So birim pabi konyeko BBC ko police of BBC are called questioning the illegal arrest of their citizen. Ngalonko police ole are fine. Because BBC are called, they attempted to call him. Ayeba Kadiam God. That's one. Two, Pabi Fana Kwenye, even British Embassy Fana you call. That British Embassy Fana, I called them Stakfirullah. I didn't go there. I called them. We were only asking about the whereabouts of a British national. He was arrested, so we want to know why. And you know what I mean? Coming, consular services, this is a normal stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, that's second. And two, Pabi Fanabe Kachale Konya, in fact, police will find so at a Pabi, one of them was blaming the mother. Ko Bamaleka Palato di Dinding on Lakata Wafirola, so at a Bama, so Abe Bama blame ka. So Akonya, in fact, police will call her, Dolphin, Manya Naka Dindingolu, Kapalato di Lekata Wafirola, what can you base up? What are they doing? They are now blaming the parents for the rape of their child. Nioke Pabila, what do you think you are doing psychologically? You are breaking them down. So one, you told them we are under severe pressure to deliver justice in this case. That's one. BBC called, the US Embassy, UK Embassy called. And second, you are now blaming the parents for the abuse of their child. So this was for me a deliberate attempt to condition them to the offer. I think the police proposed the settlement because this is a pattern. And the second thing is, Yeofo and Inata Fofana Koha, the third thing, Eko Yintuba Bofang, abe courtle, abe courtle, and la case member court hanisa in femamboje 3 years femamboje. What are you telling them? Nali in case samba court hanali in case posu fenta bolaje. Alballa time ole wesla albe batala e ko al dingo fangola case bita social media. The meta in child welfare unit la Kuomoeland police. They destroy a lot of cases. Well, and a rape case book a work jam. And so near Ninjibe Kalonko, this is a deliberate plan. May Alonko is designed at different levels. One, to discourage the parents, Kaitan Lila case Kuta Bolaji. Two, Kaitan Lila, we are under so much pressure. Yajel. So it's a deliberate pattern. And three, Kaitan Lila ko yin dindigo fongola abuse ali role play jela la fault la. So ni oke pabila ni ko alpha ko edingo la abuse edingo rape barita la fault ni or rape fonga tela fla kamoy fang anana tela fla kamoy. So he would do everything or rape kana kumo kana fa ko denk. So you are conditioning them to sit at the table. Ha nali en samba court kuta bolaje nyim fongo be court la hanisa en 3 years fem mamboje. Pabil ni kachai kanyim be fonye. So kanyim membe fonte, I was noting it because now it will let you for. So I see it as a deliberate plan to condition them because we were also trying to explain what could have led to the decision of the parents. And so if you know all of this, you know that the parents it is fallible. It may seem very ignorant what they did, or may seem very greedy what they did, but it's not. And let me also give you an example because malong ni banko kan because jan daji kanta ala bijang. Bulu chodo ala be nyola jang, molo kan yo accused of things, but Gambia no daji ko man better. And it cuts across politics, it cuts across ethnicity, cuts across clan, it cuts across any boundary. Gambia no daji ko man better. And so long as more fix, this society will remain like this. Because development of yiriwa mu adolet. Yiriwa adola. So the policeman aini wuliya membefo and I situation of membeke to deliberately destroy the case. Ayake on a strategic Ayake strategically, and he knew what he was doing. It's not an accident. He knew what he was doing, and I layer bake so that he conditioned the parents to the table. Wala atina birin anina undercover reporter mitaka and telephone I suggest pour I parents all compensate. So Bari I subtext, like they say. So he no I akele because and also come to think of it. You think Moses one day wrong I plan will be set. I think it daltala. Because ajiba ideal base sell to the parent. It's systematic. It looks from one level, you give them another information, and you are not telling them what to do. You are conditioning them to do it. This is brilliance. It's a plan. You are not telling someone do this, but you are telling him something that will make him do it. Like he can go.
Nia jube bake police keba do bije abe bamburi member support ka because ate junior officer damate hanyela kanyinkela when a man support from a senior officer.
So
because
Mustafa, Suleiman, can I jump in quickly?
Yeah.
Hanimbi, the more medium kanyina, the more bunda jamal beyelekan. Sa imbetad bunda fanafole. CPA, the Child Protection Alliance, can pick up this case and press for charges. So the more we are talking about this, the more avenues are coming.
But there is another layer. There is one more layer to go.
Okay.
Now, niye yenyi be negotiate. Imagine wala na ko wala na police wonyinko na undercover reporter ka tele compensation or suggest to the white man. Now, and I will give you also yalonka kodolke activity dolke when it impacts certainly on the broader justice system. So, for example, case dol tambita janne many yalonko alleged rape cases all them protesting ketela kuala. Some of you would remember. I don't want to go into name.
No, what name one?
Okay, so,
9/11.
Okay.
April 10/11.
Student protest.
No. Maybe rape case all recent one. The Bob Keita cases and others.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Society more tata protest, but protest nana manke. On the basis that core police investigation was not appropriate, we are demanding proper investigation into this.
Exactly.
Protest na naman keola. Protest keta men na walen. Protesters are saying we are taking sides, and the person they accused of rape, Umar rape ke, and so he must be set free.
Exactly.
Now, Molaka action or menike, they have consequences. And so that because parents all pabi nyina be kacha kan akonye ko yalong antul fongo malong yala antul fongo malong because but nyim kolu antul fongo la cases so jamale ndingol ni tata social media, you understand? Akoni tata
social media.
Akoni tata social, akoni in case from samba social media do yajale. So ndingola situation. And while that may seem not genuine to you, but think about people, many are going to protest upon. Clearly, there are a few things many are long they make people do certain decisions. One, society jang ayalon ne mote protest la for atala kid to have justice. That is one. Two, we have a government is not serious about issues of gender-based violence, and they are not serious about sexual violence. And then also, sorry, light went out here and the generator is on and it's making a mess, a very messy noise here.
But clearly.
Okay, but for my sanity, I need to close the windows.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so, and yeah, okay. And so society ka position will mean better, and in the government ka position will mean better. Make someone wonder, me a dinding or rape, why would you take the trouble to take that case to the public when you know that what dinding or a rape will not be solved? It's going to expose her. And in the end, government is not going to do something about it. The question is, is it worth the trouble?
No.
Yeah. So, lot of, because not all of these things you remember, but I was talking to a lot of people, some of them girls, who have brought this to my attention that, look, Mustafa, it's easy to judge these people. In fact, one of them told me, majority of my childhood friends were all abused sexually, but they can't come open. They can't say it
because society.
Because yes, yeah. The parental society also, they don't say muna ibuga for keba. A 2-year-old man would rape a 2-year-old child or 5-year or 10-year-old child. Society have the guts to go and tell the kid mune asije osuto it okay baring with a fem for life.
Mustafa,
so it's called victim. So ninyin society mom falling adaji ko mom falling nga mem for come misilmea fenko sonte wala anda sai ninga mem for je ke dante misilmea la bagen te buka later
this is
because the law society sign. The law society more religion or used as an excuse to defraud, as an excuse to blindfold people. And that is what ethnicity also has become.
Exactly.
So this opium make force far pour molia justice sotono jang or pour molia proper governance sotono jang. Ha. So that
Okay.
ama yinta police scooty de
Honey.
decadence.
Okay.
Complete
Mustafa.
complete decadence.
Lafta just start to broaden the definition of rape because Nadeko Gambian call Mojama mang ye rape definition concisely to the extent that most of the things for Nico rape lemu ibukata because ye memuta rape ti wolemu ye nyapi musoka ya force ya la nyoya but rape tambita wolale a relationship mo fula men kafuta me ya lonko tumodo bi nin sembo teje comme bi ndebe tubabu dumbe pala soto ndela I am 65 years nata Gambia nimus dinno yella nyoya obvious dinno me ya lonko nten fulangol bejele barate la nyoya la woto mune beje ndela pala so le atin wo mu replete
Power relations. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Mobe koto dokuola. Adi telemu ala bosti. Nina kafuta. Kudundali tema. Wo mu repleti.
Absolutely.
Yo.
Okay. So Aziz, maybe nga bamba so because ika fanami for maybe semester ni malang woke bakele. Semester ke bamba ha.
No,
So Mustafa, in a sense, Zika for Bamba Kawaleke. Is that what you're saying?
No, yalo kule bijang. Alinya albinya balale alikatale round alkata murumuru alale duro.
Bamba Mustafa Jabi follow. I mean for Ika Waleke Gambia Nita.
Yalo Suleiman lesu Jabi. Hani nde Canada Suleiman lesu Jabi.
Amande over Ako Bamba because I'll tell Legata.
Suleiman, I'll post that to you. Suleiman,
Suleiman lemu.
Well, they mange Bambati. Then in that holiday be muga fundi. Ninta ngamira nijita airport drug na bama kan sama sokon.
Why do you sound defensive?
No, I'm defending Bamba. I'm defending Bamba because so for you mentioned. So all that in
Go.
Of course.
It ended defend no land defend no.
I've got
no. That means Mobukeje airport.
Habari ngeje welcome damenge la program on the social media.
Because
so for lafta nga video nothing play
political bari on a serious note.
Okay.
Nala Hakilo Bakang, there was a care home in Yarambamba, Nimanyina, for penny appeal lemba. Mansakunda Wilitale Eje Sorong, because of child sex exploit or child abuse or sexual exploitation, whatever. And I remembered around 2006, Moses Richard, Mayor Lonko magistrate lemo, I more Sorong for rape. Case me alonko police all found left a purka case ni withdraw Moses Richard Balanta. Kabe case ni prosecute lale. And the woman remove political figure. But Moses Richard insisted that when law is broken, law le nyanta tamala. Ayala palazzo risk. I case nying I judgment pass and I life sentence di kende Lafta me itandila dono wala munyintiko. There has to be a will. Molle be parela ye teosity pour kaje ko nying ntolle mu banku dingolti lafta nyine ken na banko kan. Yaje Europe la law anen Gambia o UK la law nen Gambia la law mulunta bare ntolungan na customary law sol sotole. Nyimman jara ka foko nyanta sensitization ol kala mo bele along mo bele along ko ini moye la men manke la musoti wo fon man amam betea waranto ye mo landi me alon ko dindi wala mo amam betea waranto ye mo forcé ya la nyoyandi amam betea mo bele wolong hane atara misal fa be luabu ko kono ate luabu ko kono mbele nga wolong ko wo man nyanna kake même man nyanna kake is a crime nakita drong is a crime because fenne mo amanya nakake if wala hadama dia miro to yalonde
Bari Bamba, Intel Gaje in the Gambia, there was a case, this MP and this former chairman, Brikam Area Council, Kabri ila audio fundida, ikamusol sexually abused, ulefo. Kabrin tel dol data kadiamo, all of the people are coming out for her kelem alabula is his private life. Guy abekila la private life nyadi when he's a public figure. So society nying no
niaje okenota Suleiman niaje woli o fire soto ibe bamburin fenne koma yaje na banko
sa wo bamburin onyin comme ya fonyameng
ila moy Suleiman nyaton ko lu nyanta stop la ka fo Bamba Mass mun not number 1 top fan leti. As a result, he should get away with crime. Crime is a crime. No matter jumale akos. Walantin nangan na diamo fo asis konkana fo ko nkong mo misil mo leldi. Mbetra la lori nyin kuma kango kanne. Ngo jannin tol bitam be ñoo kafiriyandi la asis mu amadiyalti abita jahannabale fenke mu ñene tabita arjanale woma important mais important da tilimbaliya be na banko kan tilimbaliya me yalon ka be na society damage ka ba destroy kan ñabalan ka ñoo fasala nga ñoo fasa del jumal kam Suleiman nim Bamba mu terlati nen Suleiman e kuke Bambale ñanta fasala asis nim Bamba mu terlati nen asis e kuke Bambale ñanta fasala ngo come on for crying out loud loi man taraje law miaje ko the law is blind tubabo la kamote ko loi finkital mune wasabu of course loi kejel bar muna ne ka finkital wala mu ñentu ko buka dispensation okay bar in total society ka mojele van Suleiman comme Suleiman is an inspector or Suleiman is a superintendent case yesoto police abe Suleiman na dindi wala bulu ndenga Suleiman commande telephone to ngay ko Suleiman problème o be mbulu le de nga case soto andu nga mira bela dindi wala bulu ako nyenna dindi njuma ngay ko ila station officer membe Sukuta police station ngo wo mun na dindi wala kana wori ba ko la drong kana wori be o case ni sort out la
Bamba oka kele
kende ke
but nte I can tell you I've got an experience from Commissioner Pate Jallo and in PIU and in Commissioner for ACU Lembang. Well, there are two officers respect Soto. I've got huge respect for them. Because wol niye call ikonye, I've got this case. Ikamin for echo. Go to the police station. More you be on the ground. I case on your report. Niye case on your report. The file on your sambajana ya process. Okay, isa for no ha nyimu na senior officer letinung we had that relationship. See okay. There are people officers like those two people. But my experience with them. They are straight. Near call, they would just tell you, Luanying, I need for this is the process, follow it. Come they are for Yaming. Yalo Ning William Bigere, a lot would change, even having political interference in about change. But it will Netijevo Pareta, we are letting our cultural aspect interfere with the enforcement of the law. And Fonga will separate.
Yes, Nay.
Yes, Nay.
Suleiman for me like na culture. I agree to all the culture. But nte me ente jakali nto la culture. Kamola ini memang fudu. Arong talen na culture. Nto la culture mente tati kata arong tale. Dindi ngoma man si amang futa musuyala. Ye la nyoya ya ina ye lonya. Woman right na culture then kuluta Gambia men ye fenta men manke tati arong tale so hanin tolka culture men fo new culture le nata Gambia katunde ka fele ko manyin culture suute katunde ni culture men futa Gambia ani nyim fatatale katu mam fanje ni culture kono ko
dama fokk me
so wo bebe jele la bebe jele ni culture ni nga sotole already foundation no bije.
No, Ndey. Ndey. I think men keta jang. I was talking about decadence. Men keta jang, and whatever caring and whatever continue can is not culture. Janna adon teote. because jang men keta jang daji ka tinyale keta molu men yalon ko yanta ko nyo hold that account yanta fula nyo ni man beta yani wol bele daji ko tinyata imamo ka menke alkalo ka walake saten kol ka walake mol be ka walake so hani rape mol men kata ka protest in support of rape a rapist too so molu so ndolu wala mu jang tonyati and wala nyanta fula nyoe daji ka tinya wala keta nyim banko kan anda yanta stop la
Okay,
and ngo daji ka tinya ni aja hanin na mansale ka kodo leke na political leader ka kodo leke daji ka tinya alem alfa be sino la nyadi alfa be sino la nyadi aka fani yafo bara alfa jelle ka sijam political leader le muti ka si teleto e ka kumo fo mem manke to nyati ite political leader jumala long mem mandungo sifa ko 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or society daji ka tinya ala bije. So you go to other places comme Europe, America, in the Middle East, yeta society to many years long because development panama function culturally. And the new culture malo, culture all and development and culture. Yeah, because we cannot culture more like a culture data. Culture is a human invention. You cannot sit down here 2023. You being enslaved by somebody's behavior from 500 years ago because somebody find that behavior convenient. Culture is basically a convenient behavior somebody had created some years before you. So it in our culture is destroying you and you still keep it. It must be beneficial to you. So what be caring? I don't today.
I think they found a yemen for last week. That came to mind.
Complete decadence. And this society will get aside. Fuarea keta, more greedy, fuarea keta, more left of family falanda tambita. Economy is not grown to support that. So governing has created a whole different society altogether.
Okay,
I just want to comment quick here. For last week, I think Kumayada, for the 22 years of Yaya Jammeh, like a human, perception and mindset like create. And on bring change of government keta until none of us sat and thought Jammeh has created this in the mindset of the Gambian, because generation membije saying ikamino for woldaji go tinyatale ijama ikuluta anu iwuluta jamela era nyinto. Okay, until na jamanol komde ya fo nyameng ku jamal bije ite hanyila ka woke okafo because alfal benunje miya lonko wolbuka silaka tonya fo whether ifware ata whether inafulo soto ibuka silaka tonya fo. But it's saying wo daji kol tinyatale. So nyanda muruna ka wo daji kol fixed. And wo fix la nyameng fonga mol encourage ye willing sort of changes on ye na ye happen. Yeah, for nyame even with the government. Niaje mansa o barobe hanyila kaloka kumadol fo o kudol kake kese de bola jabato at tutantil na daji kol. Because natara na daji kol be senaring ibe kendearing ku jamal be jente sonna na alfal o na nyaton kol kawoke molla o kawofo molla fo ngalo nga fo tuk kana nyimfo nyinde mambetea o kana nyinke o kana loten kana diamten bari ni funti da pour kawol kajafi isa fo ite manke mo kendeti ite be doku nyinola o ite be batari nyiro. So ika kumol be for me alonko ite fay be discourage la pour kana kadiyam ando nintel nganna da bondi banko la nyato tamanyala banko abe gena tinyala
abetinya bari yalla mem fana mo issue to Suleiman. I am tempted to agree with you that coming Jambela era or creation and its own culture and its own of course politics creates its own culture in its wake. But Jammeh created a damage to the economy, and economics is the biggest shaper of culture because more earning from in itself creates a certain culture. But is bigger than that. When a society fana breaks up, many Alamuta Gambia. I'm telling you, I'm here.
Yeah, because come Jammeh men create, everybody should get rich quick. Saying come nyanya po momo Gambia mfama tajeka for ha raba lemu the common word leti ngatanga new Daniel ko nganyinke. So these are terms me alonko they depict the state of the society. So more
but Suleiman, even in our own culture, like for example, if you come to Mandinka, for example. So there is a saying that come near Niso city damenga kabalu. You know what that means? Say for example, that means that if you have a goat, for example, or a sheep or a cow, you go and ya city damen kabalu. Meaning, nimu government director to yes city damenga kabalu la wala. Okay, so this society also needs to unlearn. And you know, honey abuse cases all. Me along konka abuse cases all menekana. Mobuka conversation of no. So if you say, for example, a Gambian Nico Gambino yinkina babune but for carifana maki. Also, for example, Lincoln Musalve, honey current context. Nico Baro Manson Yinkela Yinke Babula, but for in political leader don't fanama yin. So what about Yink? Or what about Zim Yunkomala Baroka? Ofanaka society tinyade. So all I know kuja lea jamala bentolaja. Me alonko it needs to change. It online society tinyatala. And now fix politics to fix nola for ilayo meeting because Suleiman, the leaders we are going to have will come from this society.
Absolutely.
Whether we like it or not, and as it is right now, this society is in complete decadence. Complete decadence. Like honey doko ni koto me kodo soto wala ka kan soto society suwa fama
itonya
ha wala doko mo le kata wala ya e ka fa fama tuje fa fama kana doko wala ya me kodo soto ka nyinin ngam ne nyanta ki family la decision wala ka make society tinyata le
okay
be diamo la mbe ole try kanun ka jibe bari there is a quotation in one of my professors here for in terms of policing a changed society. A society that don't value performance. But they undervalue, they celebrate underperformance and badness. That's a low value society.
So what we
are a low value society. But Mustafa, one point left for young me along Kongamrambe oversight. But I'm reflecting back on Bob Ketala case. Adu yememfo more focused on men na wole mu fuatele economy fatele ma economy. Konomandiro ni rape ifatatali. Isi mo lanyo ya atarema konomandi. Tonya aseke nse konomandiro use no le nintara silan. Mang any other scientific means soto to prove.
It's a desperate attempt to prove rape. That's the easy way to say.
Society mobe wulta ye bob fasa koye Usman Sonko fasa nyaming against Ajisar. Because Munemu ila understanding of memureti wale mudal alikafuta wala kono fintita it will say so no adu hani wo kono fana hana fintita nitare iteni wo mari ka finti alikata alikana iba folale ko albe sunkutu yani kambani yani ite sonna
so mol sotota janne
Mustafa ila fen ko kasaki.
Gambia on would expect that.
Yes, bari nyine muntolu Gambia no bari Mama Linger Nadia remember a lota Bob Keta la kuolo back ada kideta kon. Nimmen ka follow on social media mobe ya neng. Bari a lota nyine kan. So it's the same for our society. Bari coming nyemem for this a low value society.
Andong Morke.
Assist come for thing. It's a total different ball game.
Okay, what
Yalong Ajisar la kuo. Political ya da dundije asembo warta allegation on yin.
Bari that did not negate the case.
As in Badunga Landrom, Badunga Land.
Hani Baba Yam Kuntule.
Hani because yala yenyim for Signafula, Ajisar example of the Signafula.
Signafula, because it's the same.
Hani Ajisar
Bamba for akesubo domoleva.
No memena. Ajisar la case ni ajem ko atekeno la example oti. Because Ajisar la case nying. Investigation ol keta kuolale. Investigation ol men ya itandi ko. Rape man soto. But political pressure. Wole ko nyim futandi anyamanya na futala dame ni wonde Usman Sonko manke malaikati. Jinante.
Bamba.
Ning ay wandi dingo landi amanke
Bamba
ko ite kamin la moy wala social media la opinion olti ite ma evidence also to ne Usman Sonko admitted he went to the massage parlor. Aman deny ko he went to the massage parlor.
Of course Aman deny.
Bamba
deny but menketa men ye investigation
mandingol kamin fo ndunda mama mandum mama jumale fisiata.
Let us assume, but Bamba, investigation because investigation bukabang until the matter is disposed of in court. So it is an ongoing investigation. After Kema koi woleto, coming for investigation, but a court process is part of the investigation. So Bamba.
Okay, so I'm kela maybe nga Bamba so IJ alafta min fula ya clear Bamba Bamba gone.
Ya lo nga jele
Mustafa ibe Bamba la pata kanede.
Lo nga jele ko
no.
Inata le puru ka sukuro ke domodato. Woka tinyaro le ke domoda nana buka sukuro soto. Domoda ibe kole kala je ware jumbo ke je pour idea. Wa ne sukuro ke je roito ko sukuro diata le ngake domo data diara ye domo data nyal Usman Sonko nyol la case with Ajisar. Of course Usman Sonko tata palo nyintole ayafole ko tata jela but ayafole ko am Ajisar re yalo wo nying a word against Usman Sonko la wot bari me mu ne kumayata je wala mu kisi la kisi to mbenga mem moy mo be sonta menna me alonko is generally accepted mo be quand même for even men ya alonko they are against Usman Sonko quand même for wala mu ñinti ko Ajisar ko ay konoso number 1 Ajisar kilingo ko Usman Sonko ya reple signa jelu ando aka call telephone to aka fa en kanale ni moy rep signa kiling mawo fode bari signa fula mawo fode bar signa saba mo fode fo ate signa men be fo ko Usman Sonko ka
bari yalong assist walatina assist no yalong rape it like you are saying it have the you don't understand the concept of rape.
Can you let me finish?
No among the concept among concept of rape understand because I can mean for ni rape from Bamba's context a stranger will nyante middle ay rape.
Exactly.
That is what Bamba is saying.
Totally wrong.
No, because namu sinya kilinti you understand. But sinya fula. You husband and wife is he a wife rape no?
I am not
la wife is not interested. For ani lonya ya force wo mu rape leti. So for ila wife na e jabe bori lelan.
Imo police to nyang, I too have a legal background.
It's not about any legal background, so illegal background, so minto.
So I have a higher diploma in law
Minto.
from the
Minto.
Bournemouth University. No certificate
Bamba.
Okay, all right.
Okay, Suleiman, can I say something?
Okay, yes.
I mean, coming Bamba Kamem voting, I have had this argument when Usman Sonko, former minister,
Yes.
a woman from Switzerland, appeared at the TRRC and said he has raped her many times.
Yes.
You see, rape is just it's an outcome of a process. Rape is caring, except a very highly unstable, mentally ill person, and but a normal rape is a process. They groom the rape victim, either make them trust them, make them feel comfortable around them, make them happy, give them gifts, compromise them, make them fear them. So rape is a process until it gets to the violation itself. So rape is more rape for the rest, more kidnap like tara bulo kono. Atara fanga bita, atara ka rape le, but atafanga bita la sate okono la kamuruna akang. Abe living a favor, aba rape la every day.
Anasi dingo fango to mambala wala.
Ha, anai dingo fango soto ha.
You remember in America what case?
I mean, in fact, there is this thing. I mean, how did he even? I think the genesis of the Stockholm syndrome. That is the genesis. So we'll make a shuttle. But in a society, for me, the most important thing about the Usman Sonko, all I'm not laughing a case for no, because a case for a conversation or prolonged unnecessarily.
Exactly. Mustafa, maybe they.
So all I'm not.
They left the friend for observation.
No, I left them for no one. Okay. No, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Mustafa. Ni pare na.
Okay, so until after me follow no one and co conversation needs to be on allowing the process to go ahead. So for example, let there be proper investigation, let the investigation be transparent, let there be an open, transparent trial, so that whoever is guilty goes to prison. This should be our position on gender-based violence cases. Exactly. But coming to take sides in a point that after investigation of you've taken sides. I mean, we all know, I mean, you know, there can be, gender-based violence can also be a tool to silence someone. Exactly. We know that. It happens. I mean, it can happen. Yeah. But in a situation like gender-based violence, we should all say, okay, let's properly investigate it. Let the investigation be completely transparent, you know, so that also the person who is accused also have access to justice. Because justice is not just one side, it's both sides.
Okay. Mustafa, but being Janning Befankela, Yalong in police or Kumakon, ident do jeleto. So malam fu tubabo fana nada involved ya nin kodo involved in ya de la wo process je keta nyamen lafta jela lonna isa je fana clear and then sina final thoughts ya watu tada bake Mustafa.
So yalo menke tante tada police station on January the 3rd. This must have been the 4th day I started looking into the case, the 4th day. So I went there on January 3rd. January 3rd, leng police on na colleague akani mentor Royal House na court la in the story. January 3rd leng I approach ka for nya kuwa nyanta negotiate la, you know, CISA should help you. So what they leng barate malon contem journalist orati wa amera nata Royal jibe. So another ka for nya CISA should help you and you kuwa nyanta diam na la bang. So January 3rd lendi amta parents only fana because we dealing parents all not a police station and that is we dealing akonye ko ha amera dealing akonye ha you know how you case from Ndela Boston is telling me
Cisa is the police officer, yeah.
Yeah, Caesar is the child welfare officer who was leading the investigation.
Okay.
So
Okay.
akonya ko ha yalonte famala boss and the station officer is even telling me that in Tubabo, if we don't have anything against him, we should let him go. You know, because they put themselves under unnecessary pressure.
Yeah, but
So I parents will someone on that day and they are feeling
did he mention the name of this station officer in Tovolaba?
no, the station officer at police, Bundum police, Bruce B police.
Okay, okay, thank you.
But you know, because that guy was directly not connected to the case file, I don't have the liberty to mention his name because he may not even know what he was telling me.
Yeah.
So and that we need to also be fair to that guy. Because at the CISA, I have no way of knowing whether he's even talking to that guy. So akonya ko ha, you know, but you know these parents are even coming here today. In fact, I'm going to talk to them. We have to talk about this case because so far the doctor says I took this to the doctor and the doctor said nothing happened. And so I often yard Bay Fontaine. So but what that day and I feel ko compensation on Keta Wolungan. Because Wolungan I parent pabi full bend the police station off. And Wolungan and then pabi be conversation on the police station for about 50 minutes. So what they length Jikita ko, he pitched this idea to them about the compensation. Namera what they length kodo yata. Well, I don't know the exact amount, but the Memfonte was a guy 5,000 of the police. I don't know how much he gave the parents, the family. But I mean, imagine if the court for indecent assault gave them granted 25,000 to each parent, to each child. You can imagine it would not be that much.
Okay, this is a lesson me alonko se kujamala karanno nyinko kono. And then pour nga bay dolbe nyanda simfale tala pour kaje ko nyebo Gambia banko kam because ni wonde
Mustafa Ntolla Gambia banko nga lual soto Sexual Offense Act 2013, Domestic Violence Act 2013, Children's Act 2005, and at jama lebe Gambia me ya lonko is adequate enough a bambantale ning ayatara katamanda nyama bar luwal be lare luwal men yalon ko be kankan wol min kan imantara nafake kan banko dingoli men nu yalon ko they are prime movers of luwanyi wolu ngongorota wol keta wortoti banko te tankanola banko dingol te tankanola mbari musol te tankanola mbarindi musol te tankanola society fonte tankanola wati tambira nunia jube son newspaper e safero kenon ko Gambia keta jene arjanati to e tubabu lunta wala karo
ya nena nga woje jande son na indi
yo ha pour ka fo man ni ka kambato jene arjana man sakunda nata le ka wo kuma ka waye dimin bari mbenga lonko ika memfo hanna manke tonyata man ana manke annim fani am annim ana manke tonyata man jam fa tonyala because mobile nyabal ete alon ne ko bira police a soldier a bomsa a do hotel do kula mbele ka bomsinke ka tubabol bombs nkaje woto mambe do kula hotel nkaje muske baro men yalon ko nin tol mu ñol mu fulandi modol ka fa ñiwo mu ticket tolet ñiwo mu visa let ya understand. So anu society kata nyameng muli ajela ko wo is not a problem because yetu babu sunkuto soto hotel oto ila muso bebulu soko ibafula tuba muso e kon mbari muso lem o nasi broda dingolem o nasi talem o
but ni nata dindingol fanani alfa la karola Mustafa malong itabe on the ground but bamba jang ni ajibe do biye dol sa fay ko nyimmu ala tubabol te comme tubaw keba koto isaje dinningo mi alon ko be tending ko wa ko aya bulum re ka fuko ala tubabol
ko hotel lente ngalonne nka wole foyten yalong society ntolonga fuarea nga ke fenet nyaje fuarea mambono Gambia man tankene wallahi man tankene ntolonga mirako quick fix le bije fuarea fanan ka forea ake bonni no fuarea konole ka tiling ake bonni no foire akonole ka lo ka tonya fasa hanna ya tara it will cost you anything ake bonni no foire akonole foire manke nyinti ko it is a disease me alon ka man jaralo soto ay jaralo soto le nim tilingo keta banko kan tilingo keta Gambia foire be kele no because Gambia la population is less than 2 million or 2.5 million.
Okay.
Mustafa ni na banko jube na banko kata nyamen bi mo kilingo ko korda tan soto abe ay bunjawlo jana selfolo jana fokolo jana ala salary ma di no ala ya understand being along bari nin Suleiman Fintita ay article safe on it awo badi on lemina Suleiman banen na ya fanen ya fay koy anyantale e kabula no ma munela ay munekela society be tinya kam fon le ka ño fasa tilim bari yakam so rape fanam be wala nyama sexual violence fanam be sexual abuse fanam be wala nyama like for instance nim e koy député accused o e government of civil servant accused ko ay musole la ñoya ya understand waran aya violate le because obviously ngalon ne ko muso dolbe je ite fandile la namanke place o nyimmen be bulu maybe asikeno place o men be bulu ifanan ka waleta ka muso dollo to yourself ini ke la asatara iman lafi but nyin kamala ko akante la do ko tinya o nyin kamala ko ntemu police o le sanji tambe police yala yemmo nyol be promote le mante promote ye kata modo la waya fo ko ni ninte ngalla mba make sure la Suleiman mon kafu nyomalde his the IGP mba make sure la yeke inspector wol bebe je ku jamale be keri na society ko
wol mu kullete min yalon ko nyanda ke jibe nyanda bolale amantilim but Aziz wato bandale fereng but Aziz Zinana can you give us your final thought and a recap of the summaries that makes the headline coming Aziz malum fo ibi jele bang wato tata bake meta kachala jambake malum fo ila konoto dia ba kila minute na kacha ko Aziz
min kan foka na guest ten to back Mustafa anin panelist kote ngolumbe benta kantole ko ka binniwolu tulun ya manke siloti na jiki fana ko na programo nyi mo jamale be la moy kangala including police olu no ngaji ki fana ko modo ibe action tala le banin police ma action ta fana Ministry of Justice be action Ministry of Justice man action ta CPA Child Protection Alliance even Social Welfare and Women's Bureau isi ni case tano case ni mala kuma seta watu menna bari mala tambita ikafu menna ko Statutes of Limitation Act. Me alon ko isa fo sila tambita lenta bulindi no la ko tamalla tambita wala to kuma ya tabaki kuma ya tafana all the time ka ni kuma sifal ka ni ku sifal highlight because abati na mo jamaa ya kalamuta adu ni society fahamu roke tumodo ni ko don focus kala fana ala baraka
Nibarabake Aziz. Suleiman, your final thoughts, Mr. Jang.
Okay. Jerigen Jeff, I think what and is quite interesting. And you get Santa Mustafa Chinyawambi at Teubi. Information bim share ñun. Lima wax rek moy ne si wajuri lay ñëka wax moy sen doomi su ñëwé ne len ne diw daf ma def li daf ma def dal bu len gatandu déglu leen xale yi ngeen jël information bi ngeen toppa ko gestu ko bi ngeen xam ndax li xale bi wax am na nga amut te su fekkee ne li xale bi wax moo am bu leen ko waxtaane ci biir yóbbu leen ko ci luwaa yi ngeen make sure ngeen toppa ko ba am nga luwaa bi def li mu def
problème bu ma am ci luwaa bi honestly, you know, Suleiman, come yo me, so Baba Wanga Kofi. You've said it here, you've mentioned it here clearly. Ne, Fungna Luabi, Sunyamut independence. Luabi.
Why I'm come like man, mostly man from the experience I had, like example, Bimajohe about that police officer, colleague Kingray. Family new tahaw ne bugun new prosecute. Understand? The man, I was really furious. Ne lolu IJB waru konan nangu tambo kimo fanega ibunjai mane police be li is not the accused versus the family, is the state versus the accused. So family bi su ñëwee sa ne leen ne waaw understand nañ appreciate nañ waaye lii fi mu nekk nii du amut nothing to do with you, lii nguur gi la ak yooyu ñu prosecute. So li ma wax mooy ne parents yi nañ déglu seen doom yi suñ leen waxee buñ leen just brush aside, ñoom ñoo war a taxaw ñu prosecute, because su fekkee ne family bi ñoo dee dem ne non bëgguñu wax waaye family bi suñ demee prosecute at least henna police yi dinañ si def dara ba pare. Feel naa ne man suma own opinion su fekkoon ne maa nekkoon IGP police officer bi that Ceesay dinañ ko arrest dinañ ko investigate suñ amee enough evidence against him ñu yóbbu ko court.
waaye problème bi mooy
ko
comme fi nga ko waxee Souleymane comme Ceesay boobu noonu su dee mbokki close to doors like State House li fi nii ñu mel ni yi demee noonu.
Like I say personally man su dee man suma ngor moo ma gënal alel bi ma fa am, because bëgg naa ëllëg ka ci biiram ma bàyyi legacy o su ma dee ñu ne Souleymane de bi mu dindoon lii ak lii mooy taxawaayam, lii ak xeex bi la bàyyi. bëgguma ma dee ëllëg ñu naan ma waaw fii la sàccoon xaalis o fii la defoon lii tafaar bi ak bale. No, I don't want to be remembered in that perspective. bëgg naa suñ may remember ñu remember ci tànka yu baax yi ma taxawoon ci kàddu yu baax yi ma doon see ak nit ñi.
Waaw xam naa topic bi dinañ invite National Assembly. You said one of the National Assembly members su ko defee ñu said National Assembly ndax dinañ mën a taxawal loi boo xam ne or guidelines yi nga xam ne police yi they will be independent, but if not I don't know where do we start with this.
Man ma bàyyi leen because I've said my last be next week inshallah.
No problem. Bamba, your final thoughts.
Jërëjëf.
Thanks.
Mustafa na banko fo banku dinguli Teo City. Banku dingule ka banko dada. Membento la banko kambenga lonne. There shouldn't be any scapegoating here. Moma nyanna sila kafoko nying fenkar le tongkong. Nying fenkar wole tongkong manna doko keno. Of course, ngalon neko plaso dolbe je wo mo jamal be je ni Gambia fa batamen kake Gambia modula ke sila ko nim fotan na place karla minana batalale because ngajele hanin na député kotol men yalon ko keta député wolti ye banko sav bi wol dolbe je wolu they are almost begging kamunte be sada dano la faydot balu fon ko kole bulu na banko amang sinkir berole landi sinkir bero men nyanda tinna ko molu ning ayatara yela nganiyo ning ila banko kanota kadoko ke banko e inyanta balu kendo soto lale wodo ko kola woten tolia yo akatin na momo be palaso mento ikatara silarin je ko nyim palasi kare ning kombe tilin na wara ning kombe kube kuto kela mbe fola na palaso lal nyin do ko mu momen benka befo lo atamandir lalu wolle la do ko mu pour kantol tanka ndol ke jo wala so woto ndol be jola do ko men na wala mu karwo karen ke jo pour yen dingul tanka yen tol fongol tanka against these predators men yalon ko ibe political kono wo imu de ministality wo imu tourisolity wo imu teacherity wo imu whatever mo sifa ite mu polisoti ite mu loyati ite mu jojoti ite la do ko mu pour ka banku dingolu tanka ite la do ko mu walti bari dalilo me antine bukela do ko keno fo political mbang fo ibe silarine ko nin kombe bamba mu baro do malati ibe mbayla na do ko la fo le ka tinna ba ni wolemu wo nyanta ferol nyanta la fero men sa tinna ite sila do ko keno asatara hanni baro fo le yake luwase tilingal katum bele be luwa kono nka fon dalale bari practically abuka keno dali juma kamala molu ka jele ko modol be je wolbe luwa e santolal woma human perception bari ntolla luwa ko mo bebe luwa kotole woto mennu nyanta luwa tamande la ali wakil ba ali al tawsiti ali samfus ali jata fu jusola ali luwa tamande a nyanta tamala nyamen hanni yali bay alla legacy albe todiya so la fo janni illa yawmidin nte so dam mala fono Mustafa abaraka bake
ni mala bamba ndey
Ante ba fala Mustafa ya barka bake ay time momenta kana ka nyinkol gina clarify ka gina itandi molla mol ya gina understanding ko kita nyamin katu jama ni nyinkol safeta mol ka fala ko don ito le be diamo damalla Mustafa lem tukung Malagan lem tukung so at least nana ta nyi explain abe kol gina about tela mol ya gina understand ndebe même fola wole mo polisol katu police do ko mo banku do ko leti police do ko mo ka banku dingol tanka police do ko mo do ko menti mo nyanta siso sabala wolele katu mo hadama dingo me yalon ko ye uniform o dum ila do ko menti ka banku dingol tanka wo mo do ko maya baleti ami polisol nyanta wo jelale polisol nyanta jela ko keso kes nata je sako nyin dindingol me ka ilanyo nya andu nyin modol banko dindol na banko dingol abe nyanta jela ko wo keso yeta nyanta tala nyamen ay talwa nyato isaje ko molte sile ba fula ko na fata la eta police katun tol ka moyle wato wat hanna manke nyin rep ko wato wati ni diam daga ko ifanda handi amanna fa eta police fente bola je kute bola je ibe nyin dukula lebe kari dukula lebe ko do di la kari la wo mu maloleti andum aman tanka dula amala do ko aya do ko kole ande aya kole ande molla so ndeka men dani polisol blue ni uniform men aliya dum ni do ko men aliya alba do ko kuma balem ala la sarto ale o sarto dial ina da sistemo kono bamba ye kule fo janko sistemo nying anala problemo bi Gambia ntol nga sistemo mo sistemo menka foire ya jibon ntol nga ko sistemo ye foire ya jibon ne ay jibon to the point that na mol manke hadama dingoti koteke because ay molla hadama di ya bondi balale kadu ayeke foire wolati fo mol ma lon fang ibe kol kele nyame fa imalon fang fo ibe balulale fo ibe fala ngawo mansa kunda ngawo sistemo ngawole jenna banko nga sistemo men jenna banko to sign wole mu sistemo me yalon ko politician ol kadum politigole kono kari kilin dila yake millionaire oti nga sistemo men jenna banko to sign wole mu mansa kunda do kula ka duye do ko kebe mansa kunda do kola yesi yake millionaire oti kari kilin dila nga menje il sistema kono wole mu ko ye sunya roke ye mansa kunda la ko do sunya ye banku dingol la ko do sunya president barona la mole wulu ye ku fo ye senea wacc ye nati ko itele mun na ministati o itele mun na permanent secretary o itele mun na advisor to ngaw o system o ngawali so natara bi ntol be siri ni system o kono be siri o system o le kono bi gambe ding anyanta wulila ay o system o bay gambe ding nyanta wulila le yin system o bay kati ni system o amankati amam bak an momo nyanta wulla ya bay katu ni wonte mbebe faala abembe banna faala abembe dunna mol bulu dindigol nyoy la nyola abe na dingol be fele drogol be fakan be kumol moy la sunkutun dindigol ni la problem mol ke kumande scam ay be mol scam la moma long ibita dame mo be banku dingol danila ali nga wuli nga nimbe bay katu system o be tenne ñine mu system o kafu again abarka Mustafa ko inata bi ye ñinko be seneyandi and then yati nambe reflecta kote ke nga ko reflect nga ko jube tanya moma nyana silala ka tonya fo nendirol ka kele ba nendirol ka kele mol ba ka nenne bari wo processolem kono te dingol sitale yen nenne fo tata dingol ya yen nek ye message ki ye messenger ye be nek abe part of process lang among easy ma for easy ta among easy bari fo nga wuli nga ñi banko fale min ko be banko nyata fale nyanta falina wala mala barka bake mbalbe tentula Mustafa barka ite fanan Mustafa Sky Power kanyim programme nati wato wati mul kala moy roke nga hakilo di nyola nga cool kacha
en baraba kende Mustafa Dabo kundanko budung your final thoughts yanimbe
Yeah, no, comme nyen ko kay dal jemen fono wolen jandal jan surata revolution. When I said revolution be menna mulla daji ko mul mo falen jamban ko ta falen be bola bulu do kono ngata bulu do kono political nyaton ko be falen bar fo daji ko falen fo se mo wala soto mi mutonya mo min tonya bu ka fo banko ta falen fo fa o wala ko moti don ka fon to lu munyine tin tele londo so to ko mo je tonya la so banko ni mo je tonya fo don banko ga tiel yeah come on and get to okay
Amen. Thank you very much. Thank you all very much. Alimbara Budung. Be mobe tentulambar jaila wokang. Budung lamar lanin jiberal mobe dawda ani be wato watito. Mafala eko and baraka thanks Bamba ala baraka. Thanks Mustafa. Budung wato insunyin na lambe dan nale janne follow kunala inshallah. Program nyin kanale lokung dimaso sibito le program nyin kana. Kawan Sky Power Radio and TV services. Program nyin kana talalu kata talaworo la kakanya wala fe UK time program nyin na wato bari wato nyin na ko denke be mol be ten lambe jeel ni ma je ko min fota jang abe mol na fala you can pass the message on by sharing the video so that sinin sama sa kembe kuninde wala karandire bunnati budum be danna le janne follow kunala inshallah kabanan Sky Power Radio and TV services on al badi malo Mustafa jamme membe sirim program mo kunna follow kunala inshallah alimbara
Thank you.